Well, hello everybody. It's Monday. It's time to shave. Just a simple shave today. I got a new shaving soap from the fine folks over at Heritage Hill. They sent me a note. They sent me some stickers. But most importantly, they sent me their new Continental shave soap. Do you see why they sent it to me? Menthol. It's Tangerine Menthol. Also, I like this. With their other soaps, they didn't have the scents on the package, but now they do, so now you know what you're getting. This is what it looks like. I already used it once yesterday. When I got it, I couldn't. Oh, look at that still. Look at that. Don't you want to jump in? Doesn't it look like custard? It's a hard soap, so it's not like, but I just want to eat it. Oh, it smells like tangerine with a little hint of menthol. This is not like a menthol monster or anything like that, like I'm used to. So if you just want to have a little hint of menthol, this is the stuff for you. I'm going to lather it up with my signature shaving brush. It's a brush. DS Cosmetics Sinatra Lennon shaving brush, synthetic, and the Rockwell. Because you know what? Sometimes you just want to get a close shave, and the Rockwell is my go-to, absolutely solid shave every single time. All right. Oh, you hear that? It's dinner time, folks. It's the cold fusion. Just a little bit of this. If there wasn't enough menthol in this, there's too much in this. We got both ends of the scale here. All right, let's do it. I took a shower, did my long hair. I'm just kind of slicking it back. Ouch, ooh, that water's hot. I found a picture of my grandpa from World War II. And he looked like a young tenderfoot kind of. He looked like he was an innocent kid. And he had this big goofy grin on his face. He always slicked his hair back like this is kind of. He had a little bit less hair than I do. Oh, sorry. I'm just rambling and lathering, not letting you know. But anyway, it reminds me of my grandpa whenever I slick my hair back like this. A little bit of that. A little bit of the guy from American Psycho. Did you ever see that movie? Yeah. Whew. Kevin Bateman, is that the character's name in that? Look at this. If you've never tried Heritage Hill, these things lather beautifully. Beautifully. Great soap. So thanks again, Josh, for sending this to me. I did a little hint. I was following it on Instagram. I'm on Instagram now if you want to follow me. I don't post a ton of stuff, but I do post some stuff. And he said, oh, we're coming out with this tangerine menthol. And I was like, menthol. And I kind of put a little hint in there like, no, that sounds good. Oh, that would be nice. And he was nice enough to send me some. So thank you, Josh. I really appreciate it. I need to share the love and pass on some of these shaving soaps and supplies. And I want to get back to doing that once all this madness is over. You know, I just don't want to go to the post office. I want to limit my time outdoors because we've had a lot more cases recently here in Texas. So got to be more cautious. But anyway, once all this madness is done, I'll start sending stuff out again. I've still got 2 boxes that I haven't sent out yet. Rockwell with a feather blade in it. The most solid combination that I know. A synthetic brush, the Rockwell 6S, feather blade. Oops. Sorry, I got the low power mode thing on there. Uh-oh. Man, better make it quick. So yeah, so synthetic brush, a good quality soap like Heritage Hill, or Sterling, or Taylor of Old Bond Street. I got a nice note from Bob over at Space Soaps, the MA soap company on Etsy. And he hasn't been able to get his supplies during the pandemic, so he hasn't been making any soap during this time. So I think he just sold out of everything he had. But he said, from what he understands, that his space soap is kind of like getting a following. It's like a cult favorite or something. So, it is really good. So if I always put links to these things down in the comments or down in the video description. So if you ever want to check out something I'm talking about, and as long as I've remembered to put it down in there, well then that's where they'll be. But anyway, yeah, congratulations. Space soap has flown off the shelves. It's achieved maximum terminal velocity, escape velocity. And now his youngest son wants to get in on the act. So he might be getting up and running again sometime soon. So if you've been looking to buy some of that space soap, do so. It's fantastic. All right. As I said in the last video, I'll be on the Opinionated Brits podcast coming up in July. I don't know the exact date, but I'll let you know. And we were going over what we might do, what we might talk about. And if you listen to his podcast, The Opinionated Brit, it's on iTunes and everywhere else you get podcasts. They kind of, they do some questions. He talks to guys that are like in the wet shaving community and the artisanal pomade community, which I had no idea existed. But you know what? There's artisanal everything these days. All right, pass number 2. Cross the grain. And anyway, so the host said, would I be up for a spicy ramen challenge? Now, if you're a youngster, these challenges on YouTube are like a go-to for people on YouTube. And what this one is, it's a 2 times spicy chicken ramen. It's like Pam Yang. I don't know the brand name. Supposedly it's really hot. So we're going to do, after we talk about shaving and whatever, we're going to do the spicy ramen challenge. And we're going to do the podcast, the audio, I believe. This is what's going to happen. I don't know. It's not me. It's not my podcast, but this is what we were talking about. And then we'll try to do the ramen challenge live, or at least on YouTube, so you can actually see the tears in our eyes and the snot running down our faces. Now, I will say he is British, and my father-in-law is British, and my father-in-law thinks that ketchup is too spicy. I grew up in Texas. I'm a 6th generation Texan, and I eat jalapenos like they're candy. So I don't know how spicy this ramen will be. It might be a different style of spice, an Asian spice that might really cut through. Anyway, look, I'll tell you when that happens coming up next month. So that should be fun. I've never done one of those hot challenges, but this one didn't sound too bad. I'm not going to go eat ghost peppers or anything. All right, pass number 3. Oh, this thing is good. DS Cosmetics is like $19. Barber pole with a white synthetic knot. I think you just can't go wrong with a synthetic knot. There's a lot to be said for badgers and super badgers and fine and all that stuff, but for my money and for my shaving pleasure, synthetic's the way to go, baby. It's a replicant. All right. What else was I going to say? Oh, in the last video I said, can you figure out what's different? And what was different was I had a different colored towel. And I have that same towel again today. I have a white towel instead of that kind of greenish colored towel. My wife was doing laundry last week and I went down to get a towel and the green one was being washed. So I grabbed the white one, but now my towel game is thrown off because I still got the white one and I got to find the green one. It's gone back into storage hiding, so I got to find it. Because the white one is nice, but there's nothing like that old green one. That is green, right? Kind of a greenish, dusty green. I went to college with a guy named Dusty Green. Not really, I'm just kidding. I'm telling you, man. You don't have to buy the Rockwell 6S. Maybe try one of their other ones that are cheaper that don't come with all the different adjustment plates. But man, you cannot go wrong with a Rockwell. And I've tried a lot of razors. Ooh, that's what I was going to say. Speaking of razors. As I do, as I don't talk. I was in a heated eBay battle over this past weekend for a vintage Barbasol safety razor. Yes, and I won it. I won it for a good price. I've only ever seen them for sale for like $150. And I got this one for less than half that. And it is, I don't know what year it is. I'm trying to read up on badgerandblade.com, which is a shaving forum website, where there are guys on there that know so much more than I do. They're like the sage sages of shaving, you know? I'm just like this goofball down here, like the court jester. But those guys really know what they're talking about. Anyway, there's a whole thread about these old Barbasol safety razors, these vintage ones. And they have some that have a Bakelite plastic handle, like in the early plastic was called Bakelite, but this one's a full solid metal one, and it says Barbasol around the bottom, so I'm really excited. It's in pretty good shape. There's a little bit of grunge, but I'm not afraid of grunge. You know me, I'm not afraid. There's just a little bit of grunge, but the head looks perfect, or at least as close as you need to be. So I'm excited to try that out. And it comes with a little box too that says, I think it says the Barbasol razor or something on it. It's not like a presentation case, it's just a cardboard box. But that should be arriving soon. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna shave with that vintage brushless Barbasol that I have. And the vintage Barbasol razor, so that's exciting. All right. Now, the Tangerine Menthol, like I said, in this Heritage Hill is very mild. It's a mild, the Continental, ladies. Did you ever see that SNL thing with Christopher Walken where he was the Continental? This stuff will knock your socks off. It'll knock your, you know what, in the dirt. This stuff is crazy, crazy mentholage. So it will make me cry too much, like it gets in your eyes. Smoke gets in your eyes. So I'm not going to use too much. Oh, but man, this is only for men's heads like me. Wow, 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 wow. And that's it. That's it, folks. So keep an eye out in this coming months for podcasts and Barbasol razors, and I still got to plug in that silly water razor. I just haven't done it yet. But anyway, thanks to Josh and everybody over at Heritage Hill Shave Company for sending that to me. Thanks to the folks at Rockwell who sent this to me years ago, and it's just become my go-to. And here's a can of Barbasol, because I used to show it every single time saying, I'm not going to use this today. Woo! Menthol, baby. Holy guacamole. If you like menthol, but not too much, get this. If you're dumb like me, get this. All right, everybody, have a great week. I'm going to go wipe my tears off and play a tiny little fiddle for myself. See you later. Bye.